Welcome to the CompuBox. Here comes the Miracle Man, Daniel J.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
What a pleasure to be in this unique and great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Miss with the jab. That counter shot lands. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
Can you imagine walking into this tub, walking into a arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear the cornerman whisper in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter punch. The jab doesn't quite connect. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Rest for the weary. Counter punch caught him clean. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. When you're fighting a counter puncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to double a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Catch and shoot. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. I promise you, all three judges here are going to
switch on.
Oh, he's just taking a big breath, and here we go again. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Got out of the way of that right hook. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
The jab doesn't quite connect. A punch and just got countered. Misses with the straight left. Right hook misses. There's a counter shot. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter shot. A perfect counter shot. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That hook is parried away. Slip to avoid the jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Got him there. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. On to the third. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won it hands down.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Misses with the jab. Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Swing and a miss with the hook. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Counter punching. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Which fighter will say no mas? How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protection, everything around that. Work the body, use tactics sometimes just so to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Lucky that hook didn't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. They've got the momentum. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And this with that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Nice counter shot. How about that time counter shot? Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You've just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You've just got to put in a guess.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That jab misses. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Well done with that counter shot. They exchange punches. Those counter punches have to hurt. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Wasn't ready for that counter punch. That's another scoring shot. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Perfect counter lands. Both men step back for just a moment. And he scores. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That was almost
Big deep breath.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counter punch. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward. See? Oh, wait a minute! Jacob's in real trouble. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Like to see more jabs. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Good counter punch. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Judge of this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Beautiful counter shot. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got stand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Do you believe what we're seeing? Nice counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, he is glad. There's the bell to start round 6. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
That hook was off target. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Hard. Look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use blame over brawn.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. He wanted action, and they are delivering. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throws the jab, but does not score. Counter punching. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. As bad as boxing.
What are you doing?
And there's the bell for round 7. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
counter punches have to hurt. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. A perfect counter shot. That right hook won't score. Good counter punch. Perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter shot. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Charles, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him. Frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he throws you down.
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice exchange here from both men. Both men step back for just a moment. Perfect counter lands. That big hook doesn't land. They both want a highlight reel knockout. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one.
Switched off.
There's the bell to start round 8. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a tusk. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
You'd like to see more jabs. That counter punch caught him clean. And he scores with the counter. And that hook misses. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Nice counter. Uh-oh, code red time here for Daniel Jacobs. What is he going to do? And now they're right back into the fray.
Ring Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Nice counter shot. Let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Punch, counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Nice counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart, that is. Total change of styles to make sure they got it. Had every round in the bag. There was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.